You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Before we get into the topic, man, I wanted to ask you guys about this right here. I don't know who Aaron supports. I don't know if he keeps that close to the chest for several reasons. I think Mr. Fantastic is voting for my man. Is that right, Mr. Fantastic?
Yep.
Brother.
Before we get into the topic, I needed to get you guys 2 cents on this. Apparently, breaking news: suspect in apparent second Trump assassination attempt identified. What's your thoughts on this? You guys keep up with this?
Yeah, I actually saw it when I thought at first I was like, why are they rerunning this? But then it said specifically like second attempt or another attempt.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's wild. The guy that they pretty much found, you know, they found the weapon and they found the guy, and he's just some extremist, you know, just ideological, you know, left-wing motherfucker, man.
Let me play the video a little bit just in case people didn't see this, which there are people that live under rocks. So
been speaking about what is being investigated as a possible second attempted assassination of former President Trump at a golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida. The Trump campaign releasing the statement just after 2 p.m. Eastern. President Trump is safe following gunshots in his vicinity. No further details at this time. Good evening. I'm Molly Line. Eric, good to be with you.
Hello, Molly. I'm Eric Sean. Thank you for joining us, folks, in this special edition, 2 hours of the Fox Report. It was a tragedy so narrowly averted this afternoon. A Secret Service agent on the advance team on the golf course, a few holes ahead of the former president as he played the Trump International Golf Course. He was in the 5th hole in West Palm Beach, Florida, while that agent spotted a muzzle of a weapon poking through a chain link fence. The gunman secreted by bushes. That agent opening fire, the suspect now in custody. David Spunt on the phone now with more on that suspect and this developing story that...
How did they get so close all of a sudden? Like, how is this happening? That they're getting this close? Was he on the golf course, or at least across the street from the golf course? And they saw a muzzle through a chain link fence. That sounds ridiculous.
What? So the details that I got, the suspected shooter was about 300 to 400 yards away.
Okay.
Now your ability
yards?
Yeah, 300, 3 to 400 yards away. Yards, meters, either way.
So football fields.
Yeah, right. So to see the muzzle of a rifle through a chain link fence at that distance is virtually impossible. You would need vision enhancement, you know, binoculars, stuff like that. And what I believe is they may have seen his silhouette, and that is with using binoculars. And then upon further study, then you might be able to see the muzzle. But if he were properly camouflaged, i.e., wearing a ghillie suit, they also said he was in there was some bushes, some shrubbery around.
Yeah.
So I don't know that what they're saying they saw is what they saw. But when the shot was actually taken, it was from a distance of about 300 to 400 meters, and there was a scope on that rifle. That rifle's capability with the scope, the fact that he did not hit his intended target, also raises some suspicions with me. Because that's a shot easily done with open sights. I mean, if Mr. Fantastic can tell you, I mean, I can lay down 100% success rate at 300 yards standing up with open sights with you know what I mean, with a much smaller round.
Yeah, he was.
Hell, I'm sure he's done it. If you know what I mean, we can look at our uniforms and tell if we've done that.
He was shooting 7.62, right?
It was a 7.62. Yeah, yep. Which is a heavier round. It's not going to be as impacted by the wind. You know, there's going to be more energy behind that round, but lower accuracy. But still, at that distance, right, Mr. Fan? I mean, we're talking about 300 to 400. Past 500, now you really,
with a rifle, like you say,
yeah,
within that range, you should be. But at the same time, like you know what I think was happening again. I think people are giving these people too much credit of like being good shots, man. I mean, I'm telling you, a lot of these people A lot of people don't know the most guns ever purchased in the history of the country was during the lockdowns, right? And even what the crazy part about it is these people that are anti-gun and anti-whatever and, you know, extreme, you know, leftist policies are the ones that are shooting at Trump.
That's true too.
Yeah, they tried to say the last guy was registered as a Republican, which, you know, whoop-de-doo. But at the same time, he was registered as a Republican. He was in chat rooms, you know, actually talking about his hate for Trump and, you know, how, you know, the Republican Party was this, that, and the other, all these different things. So the media, you can't trust the media, man. But I'm with Aaron. Like I said, a lot of the stuff, you know, is changing and whatever. And I think there's a lot of people trying to CYOA because this shouldn't be happening at this level, bro. Not with CIA. No way. And I promise you this: if he does win, there's going to be an immediate overhaul of the CIA overall. I promise you, instantly.
What's CYOA? What's that?
Cover your own ass.
Cover your own ass.
Oh, okay. Oh, duh. Okay.
So what that could look like is somebody maybe dropped the ball on their watch, or maybe didn't put into question something that they saw. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be holes and chinks in your security system. I mean, nothing is perfect. And we're talking about the Secret Service, but they're not at sitting president level of security, right? There's definitely a reduced level of security. But like Mr. Fantastic said, if this guy does become the sitting president, these attempts are going to force the CIA, the Secret Service, the FBI, pretty much all of your letter agencies, especially directly responsible for the safety of the president of the United States, is all going to have to undergo a major overhaul. So much to the tune that they could probably come to us to be consultants in some arenas. You know what I mean? It's going to be major.
Do you think that essentially, do you think it's infiltrated? Or do you think they're just doing a bad job? Or did he do the job by sighting the guy 400 yards away and taking the shot and then apprehending them? So did they actually drop the ball?
No, they didn't take the shot. The guy got a round off, is what I hear. The round impacted somewhere around Mr. Trump, and that they were studying the impact of the round to see if he was in fact within range. So whatever suppressive fire they were able to dish out toward the guy still got a round off, which is a big study.
And didn't shoot him.
Yeah, and they didn't shoot him. Right. Those are two things that should not have been. He should not have gotten a round off, and they should have impacted him with a round, because they got multiple shooters from multiple perspectives. They should have they should have rained rounds on his position. I mean, unreal. And he didn't get hit.
Exactly.
He got one off. Whether he hit his target or not, he got one off. I don't like it.
Okay, I think I understand that sentiment. Let me just play a little bit more of this.
It came so close, it seems. Hi, David.
Yeah, hey, Eric. Hey, Molly. We're told the suspect's name is Ryan Wesley Ruth, R-O-U-T-H. Not much more known about him at this time, except that he's the suspect currently in custody right now. Palm Beach Sheriff's Office says that he was taken into custody by the Martin County Sheriff's Office, just the county north of Palm Beach, was taken into custody after escaping the scene in his black SUV. According to the sheriff in Palm Beach, he did not make any sort of initial statement when he was taken into custody. They're expected to be releasing more details, a mugshot, whatnot later, but we're continuing to dig into who he is, who Ryan Ruth is, where he's from, his background. We're seeing a little bit online. We want to be careful and make sure we have all of the information correct before we present it to our loyal viewers. But we can tell you right now that his name is Ryan Wesley Ruth. Eric, Molly.
And we want to be careful with the information because we want to get it from authorities and not go into speculation. Any sense, though, from what you've been able to determine, what could have potentially been a motive yet? Or is it much too early, David, in terms of politics, in terms of background, the fact that the gunman allegedly had a GoPro to potentially shoot and film and video what he was going to do and put it on social media? What allegedly motivated this potential assassin?
Well, I'm going to be honest, we don't know at this time. I mean, this is coming from two law enforcement sources, the name. I think they're trying to figure that stuff out right now. Every case is different, but for perspective when it comes to motive, and this is a question that we've asked
Special Agent and Navy SEAL Jonathan Gilliam. Jonathan, I have been to this. It's not like a normal golf course that you drive by in your daily travels and you can see the players playing from the road. the entire course is blocked by greenery if you're on a public road. So how did this guy know that he would have a line of sight to the president?
Because I believe he did surveillance. I believe he had somebody telling him or some way to find out what Trump's movement was. When you look at this map right here that you were just talking about.
Go ahead, Aaron. What you about to say?
No, I was going to say, and I heard what I heard over the radio, that it was around 4, 5, and 6, and that road over there. I forget the name of that road, but if you look, there's bushes all over the place, and where the word hole 4 is a very densely. The vegetation is very dense there. There's a lot of opportunity to hide there. Also, and I don't think this is a good position, but there's an island in the middle of hole 4 and 5 and 6 with some vegetation. Again, I personally wouldn't take that, but that would give you a good vantage point of the 3 holes. But where hole 4 is, there's vegetation and there's also access to that road right behind you. That's the position I would take. And as the game plays, you would play from hole 3 and through 4, and then to 5, and then to 6. What happens is, if you missed your opportunity as he's playing through hole 4 and 5, he's going to come back around towards you from the east through hole 6, where you'd have a shot across the water. One hole at 300 yards is about a par 3. 400 yards is about a par 4. 500 yards is about a par 5. So within these 3 holes, you're going to have a 200 to 400 yard shot, which is a very makeable shot from those bushes, and you're going to have an immediate escape route with that road behind you, and that's probably where there's going to be a fence. So, I mean, we'll go ahead and play. I'm just saying, this is the first time I've seen the map, but I've heard where the guy was, and that part makes sense. I don't know how he didn't make the shot, and I don't know how they saw him in them bushes. There's a lot of bushes. Unless they walked right by him. Unless they're coming down at hole 4, right? And they walked right by him and then they saw him. But again, how is this guy still alive? You see what I mean?
Yeah. Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, man. Until they get all the details out, it's going to be a lot of questions to be answered. Ultimately, I mean, I think now is just like, so what does Trump do for the rest of his campaign? You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like this does have some, some extra outside stuff affecting this now, because Trump is getting a lot of FaceTime with the public. You know what I'm saying? He does have success with rallies and all these different things. So if it's this dangerous for him, you know what I'm saying? Hey, one of the tactics could possibly be, hey man, you gotta stay inside. You do some Zoom calls or whatever, so on and so forth, but slow down the campaign trail, so to speak. And the crazier part, I don't think anybody's even considering this, bro. The election's in 2 months, less than 2 months now. So for this to be happening that close to a fucking presidential election, bro, is wild. Like we haven't seen anything like this in our lifetime.
What does this say though? What is this actually saying? Right? I know you dispelled the fact that the guy was registered as a Republican. When I first got to DC as an example, before I really understood like the ins and outs, right? I was like misled in a way, but I should have known, where they're like, if you don't register for Democrat, you can't vote. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And it makes sense. But what it was, all the candidates are Democrats. So when they're running in their primaries, you know what I'm saying, trying to see who's going to get the bid, you have, in order to vote for the nodes, you have to be a Democrat. You know what I mean? So I was like, they like told me something, I understood it, but I didn't, But also back then, I probably like, whatever, I'm sorry, I can understand that. But, this is 2 white men, and I get it. There's white men that are liberal and liberal and conservative on both sides. However, it's odd to me. So what is it actually saying? Is it actually saying that Kamala has more of a chance than we give her credit for? Or do we think she has a chance?
Oh, hell no. No, not at all. She's actually losing a lot of support, and the media is purposely not covering that, especially with quote unquote, black people. So yeah, I think this whole thing, brings people into question. Well, hey, can we have this guy as president if somebody's always trying to, take him out? Not only now is he a hazard to us, he's a hazard to the thing because somebody might do something. So yeah, man. But the Kamala shit is cap, bro. I think people are going to be surprised to the outcome of the election simply because the stuff that happened in the last election won't be allowed to happen this election.
So what are the numbers though? Like,
the last polls that were even reported on CNN and MSNBC and stuff like that, Trump had leads in a lot of the major key swing states, and we know the swing states are the ones that are gonna choose the decide the thing. Just traditionally blue states are gonna remain blue, red states are gonna remain red. But the swing states, Trump has leads in most of those polls.
Okay, because I see the swing states. What usually swings? Virginia,
Pennsylvania, Michigan.
I was just looking at those states, right? In Michigan, I seen it be blue most of the time as of late. When you look at Virginia, one thing that stood out to me is when they voted on abortion or not. And Virginia voted pro-choice. In Virginia specifically, which it was unexpected to me because the entire Virginia is not just Northern Virginia.
Yeah, so but were Virginia blue or red last election?
I can't remember, but it swings, right? Is the point?
Yeah, I thought if somebody in the chat can help us out, I thought Virginia was red last election. I thought, but I know Georgia swung blue for the first time in like forever. That was a big major thing. Georgia was the one that was kind of that one, and then the whole Pennsylvania thing was another one. So Pennsylvania and Georgia, but Georgia specifically was like the oddball because Georgia has been traditionally red.
Yeah, and so they're saying that Virginia was blue. And when I look at the voting of the abortion stuff, I'm just thinking like, man, what is the ideology now in those states? And does it lend towards her ideology? You know?
According to Reuters, September 12th at 7 p.m., Harris leads Trump 47 to 42% in a Reuters poll, and that was as the 12th. I mean, the numbers can have changed, but that's just an overall number I found quick.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Because I think somebody had said that also. And Reuters is decently credible, right?
Yeah, I like Reuters. Reuters is about, I mean, they're not MSNBC, they're not Fox. Reuters, BBC, NPR, yeah, all that, they're about as objective as you can get. I mean, I don't trust any of them, but you know.
Yeah, no, but right here. Right here.
Let me see what you got. Yeah.
I don't know, Mr. Fantastic. You sound pretty matter of fact, but looking at all this information, it seems closer.
Yeah, the poll, but I'm telling you, the polls was like it was last time, bro. Like with the whole Trump thing the first time around, when, like I said, everything was the way it was. The polls just, I don't know, man.
I would agree. Polls is a shit metric, right? They never really do tell the story. I mean, I think they're like the hype man during the fight. You know what I mean? They keep the crowd and just a test to see where the war. But very rarely do I see any congruency with the outcomes, right?
I'm not sure. I mean, if they're polling these places, you said we just throw it out. I think the point is that the assumption is that she doesn't have a chance, but they're polling somebody and somebody's saying something. 13 percentage points. You have to consider that, even if it's a. I mean,
yeah, I agree with you there.
I'm gonna tell you, people did not appreciate that Haitian people eating pets and shit. And Trump was saying it. What's baby boy name? His vice president Vance.
Yeah, Vance.
Saying it, and then there was no reports of it per the police. It was unfounded. Like you already said, Haiti's a shithole. One, okay, cool. That was 3 years ago. And now they eating pets.
Yeah, that was a bad play.
Why would Haitian people be eating pets? Like, it doesn't even make sense.
That was a bad play. I've been to Haiti. I know Haitian folks. I know Haitian cuisine. A very good friend of my mother owns a Haitian restaurant. Food's delicious. Spent 4 months of my life in Haiti and ate the street food, ate in people's houses.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a dog once in my life, and it was in the Philippines. We weren't eating that shit in Haiti.
No, that's what I mean. Like, I've never heard that.
It was
like
pork, goat, seafood. That was Haitian cuisine. Is that?
Mm-hmm. So they're saying it's actually true. I need to see send me the clip so I can.
It is, bro. They got the Haitian dude. They chopping up the ducks out the pond, man. They snatching the ducks and shit up out the pond.
I can see it
right now. Are you kidding? Duck?
Yeah, you go to jail too.
No. What I'm saying is no. Stop with the ducks. I understand the duck. I seen the nigga carrying the duck. I'm talking about dogs and niggas, cats and shit like that.
It's two stories, right? It's one story that they used. It was an older story. They're talking about that lady was actually American that was in Ohio and they ate the dog. But you have a council
on the cat or some shit.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, she was like they say she was high on bath salts or some shit.
Yeah.
So but there are people of that it's a black man at a city council meeting saying that they said this. A black man said this.
Yo, listen. Is it illegal to eat people's pets?
Hell yeah.
Do people know their pets is missing?
Yeah,
But what I'm asking is, listen, I'm asking where are the police reports? That's all I'm asking.
Ask Michael Vick what the hell happened when you fuck with some pets.
I know that. So all I'm saying is
problem. So hold on, just they're not arresting none of these illegals, man. And this is not just, you know what I mean? It's not just in that place. They're having the same issues everywhere else. So if you know what I mean, they can't they get these people, they process them, they release them, bro. There's another thing some Haitian people just ran into some damn restaurant like a Popeyes or something. Just drove right into it, bro.
No, don't tell me they went to Popeyes. Popeyes don't got cat and dog.
Well, they ran into it. That's
that. Don't tell me that. Now, if they went into Popeyes, okay, I understand.
They drove into it, Hamp. They drove into it. Now they went in there to get some chicken. Like
I dined and dashed at a Denny's before, but they ain't sell cat and dog. Is all I'm saying.
Hey, man. Hey, y'all argue with. So if y'all saying that the niggas that live there lying, go argue with them. I'm gonna go with what the people say. They say the motherfuckers eating people dogs and shit. Your dog disappearing. Hey,
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying that was all I'm saying is this. It was a bad play. Overall.
Let's say it was true, right? Let's say it was 100% true. It's still a bad play. Because it's polarizing, and it's not polarizing in a way that will help your campaign. It can only hurt. Like, what was the point in making that anyway? And why try to tie that to Kamala?
Yeah. It wasn't great,
Yeah.
Well,
it lacks empathy. It's if anything, it's insensitive. At the very most, or at its most impactful, it's still insensitive. It's a bad play.
Yeah, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.